just become educated on it, because if you're educated, and even if you don't have any money, if you really know what you're talking about, then you can leverage other people's money. There is lots and lots and lots and lots of people out there with tons of cash that do not want to learn how to do it. They're like, here, take my money and let's do this. I started out that way when I didn't have a lot of cash, and would just talk to people, and they would put the down payment down, and I would be responsible for the property, and we split the equity when we decide to sell it.
Yeah. I really got started 2 years ago in real estate. It's a very it's a lot you have to know, but you don't have to know everything.
Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
This episode is brought to you by ERC. Let me ask you a question. Did you have a business during the pandemic with 5 or more employees? If the answer is yes, you might be leaving money on the table. All you got to do is go to ercbankroll.com and you can get your money. The best part about this, it only takes 5 minutes or less to see if you qualify. Go to ercbankroll.com and put in your name, email address, answer 2 questions, click on the submit button, and you're done. It's that simple. And get your money. So don't wait. Go to ERC Bankroll. Back at you with another episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast. I'm your host, Lopez. So like and share this episode. So today I have another special show. However, before I get into that, share this episode, and I appreciate it if you would leave me a 5-star review in iTunes. Love it or hate it, I want to hear what you think. I want to hear your questions, any concerns, and if you want to reach out to me, if you want to work with me, if you need help with leads, if you need help with your social media, send me an email at support@kingofcashflowwebsites.com, or just click the link below this video. So with that being said, my special guest today is a very unique person. If you ever wanted to build a business, if you've ever experienced some type of illness, this is the show for you. Because my guest has done exactly that. She's beaten the odds through trial and tribulations and have overcame a lot of different obstacles, and she's winning. So my guest today is an award-winning holistic health educator, entrepreneur, and speaker. She holds a PhD in Metaphysics and has a diploma in applied psychology. And she's a creator of the therapy modality called awareness therapy and founder of Modern Health Solution. She is best known for helping people navigate chronic physical and mental health conditions, for her work in helping women and children escape and heal from domestic abuse. My special guest today is Dr. Kristin Wild. Welcome to the show. So first off, I would like to say thanks for coming on once again. And so where you from?
I am from Canada, specifically Kelowna, British Columbia.
Oh, nice. So you have a very interesting journey, I would say. You've overcame a lot.
Yeah.
So how does someone, I thought I had a unique journey, but no, you got me. Oh. And so how does, someone overcome all the health problems, and how do you not become a victim to the circumstances? Because, a lot of people I know, they didn't make it. They just, they didn't make it. So how did you overcome all that stuff?
The real secret is taking responsibility for everything, regardless of whether you're a victim of it or not.
Yeah. I think even though it's not your fault, I mean, because if you're a kid, you can't raise yourself. And like I always say, we don't get to pick our parents, and we don't get to pick where we live and how we were raised and stuff like that. So even though it ain't your fault, but it's still your life. So yeah, I agree with that 100%, So how does being that you went through all those obstacles and trial and error and all that stuff, do you think that made you open to get into entrepreneurship?
Oh yeah. And it's something too, I think entrepreneurship is one of those things where you're either into it or you're not. It's like you either naturally are drawn into working for yourself, or you're someone that's just more comfortable working for someone else. I'm one of those people that I've tried to work for other people and it just didn't go well.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know. I tried the corporate route as badly as I wanted it to work. I was like, I'm just not. I'm not good at playing politics. Yeah. I'm not good at doing that, and it's just, it ain't really about the work or being productive in the environment. It's really about the image, and people have hidden agendas, and there's always every 5 to 7 years there's new management, and there's some big turnover, and then you got to deal with different people. I said, this is just, I'm not going to make it in this.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. You have to put up with a lot just for income stability. So it's like, create your own.
Exactly. So how, I've been in the online space for, I don't know, over 15 years now.
Amazing.
So I've seen people come and go. I've seen products come and go. I've seen companies come and go. And so what made you decide to come online and start doing interviews and telling your story? Yeah,
so I mean, it's a bit of a story, so I'll try and keep it brief. I had not planned on becoming this person. I had no idea I would become a health practitioner. I really came to it through having my own experience. And up until then, I've been very entrepreneurial, but I had more of product-based businesses. So they weren't really in the digital space. And so it was from 2009 until end of 2018, I went through a severe illness. And during that time, I spent a lot of time bedridden. So I thought, well, I'm here, I might as well learn a new skill. And so I'm sure you've heard of him. I picked up Frank Kern's, all of his stuff. And so I bought that, and it was mailed to my door. Then even they had DVDs and CDs, not the digital way it is now. And so I really started learning about online marketing, and it was just this fun little side adventure. And I'd been in real estate investing and some other businesses, but I just really was fascinated with this online marketing. So while I was dealing with this illness, that's what I did. And so Frank Kern his first thing was he created a dog training business. Yeah. And I used to work at the SPCA voluntarily training puppies so that they could be adopted. And I was like, I could do that. So I created my own little dog training business. It made $300 a month on average.
Not bad.
But it was such this steep learning curve. When people come in, and as being in for 15 years, it's a never ending learning experience. That's why it's so fun. Yeah. Because it just keeps growing and adapting and changing. And so, that was kind of my first taste of it. And it was fun to do. It took me 5 months to build my first website. It's just and learning as I go. So it was something I kind of always had an interest in and kept studying as the years went by. And then I was running my, kind of brick and mortar type businesses. And then, I got very severely ill. And so I just basically everything broke down. I was very fortunate. I had staff that just took over while I was so sick. And then through a series of miraculous events, I started to get better and started to find answers in my illness. And so from there, people seeing me recover, going essentially from my deathbed, wheelchair bound, told I needed 4 of my joints replaced. All of a sudden, I was running around and full of energy, and people are like, what on earth is actually happening here? How did this happen? And so it was one of those things where people started saying, oh my gosh, can you talk to this person? Can you talk to this person? Can you help this person? And all of a sudden I'm helping people with autoimmune conditions. And then people started saying, like, you need to do this. Like, you need to be in the world and do this. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Because it's so convoluted and it's so confusing when it comes to autoimmune conditions. Yeah. And so I went back to school, got another degree, and so I could explain what it is I went through. And sure enough, one thing turned into another. Again, I didn't set out to be an online platform. At first, It was one-on-one with people. They came in, and then what I noticed was I was my own bottleneck, because there I was. It was one-to-one with people, and you can only help so many people at once. And so I'd had this kind of background of online marketing. I was into it, and I was like, I wonder if I can build an online coaching platform and help more people. And so that started really getting into that and that transition about 2 years ago. And now we have, to the best of my knowledge, the largest autoimmune program there is with the highest success rate in the world. And it was all because of developing that skill through online marketing and being able to reach those people all over the world.
Oh man, that's great. So, I think today you can create almost any type of business online, or maybe you started offline. Maybe you're some type of professional offline. You can just add revenue create revenue online to whatever you have going on today. I think today, whenever I think that the more things change, it still creates more opportunities for other people, and more people come online today more than ever before. I remember when I first came online, people used to say, "Hey, you're a scam artist."
Well, and I mean, fair enough that's the innocence of people, because there's a lot of people out there that are.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But some of those people, they die off, they disappear, and then some of them, the ones that do stick around, they reinvent themselves or whatever, and they try to go straight now. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, because you can't get away with it anymore, which is awesome. And it's the authenticity. And that's the thing too, you earn people's trust over time. The longer you spend out there and the more people see you and what you're really doing, the more trust you build with people. Yeah.
So you've been around on the Frank Kern days. That's great. So with all of you learning and you overcoming your illnesses and everything and whatever, and learning marketing along the way, how does real estate come about?
Yeah, so I've just always loved real estate. I've been involved in real estate investing since 2006. I'm giving away my age now. And it was one of those things. I was actually an electrician at the time. And I bought a house in an area that I knew was going to be booming and there's going to be a lot of jobs. And a year later, I sold it for double of what I paid for it. And I was like, this is fun. And so I went and got my real estate license, and I moved back to my hometown where I am now in Kelowna. And the real estate here is probably one of the most expensive in all of Canada. And it was in my first 2 weeks getting my real estate license. It was 2007. We were in a major boom. I made $60,000 in 2 weeks. And I was like, I love real estate. So I still do.
So now some people would say, hey, what do I need my real estate license for? Why did you decide to get your real estate license? Because, there's a lot of investors that would say, man, if you get that real estate, a realtor license, there's too many restrictions that comes along with that.
I ignored those. I didn't care.
Okay.
And so, and so to me, it was like, you are the first on the pulse of what's coming out. And, there's a deal of a lifetime every week. People are like, oh no, this is a bad market. No, it doesn't matter what market you're in. There's a deal of a lifetime every single week. And I loved that, being like right in there. And it was funny because I hadn't really planned on becoming a real estate agent. But then it was one thing led to another, and I did that too. So it's a cool way to do things. And even if you get your license and you just do, you represent your friends and family, it's worth getting.
Yeah. I see it like that too. I think real estate is it reminds me of being online. It's a very creative space. You don't have to be, you don't have to be the top guy. Yeah. You can be just above him or her and still be creative. You can still make deals work, make it work for you or in your backyard or wherever you're from or wherever you live.
Oh, so, totally. And you can be so creative. You can be so creative with real estate. You can be like, I want you to throw in the fridge, the freezer, 3 hubcaps from your car. I want a year's cleaning, and you can throw that into a contract.
So what do you focus on in real estate? Do you buy and hold, or you fix and flip, or what?
I love them all. So I've had them all. I've bought, renovated, and flipped. I've traded. So when you get in a rough market, you can trade real estate with developers that they're holding on to so that they can start putting money back into their pocket. I love a buy and hold, although every time the market goes crazy, I liquidate everything and then I buy again when it drops out. So I haven't held for that long in general. And I just love it. Airbnbs are awesome. They're actually my favorite.
Oh, you know what? They started passing new regulations for Airbnbs.
Did they?
Yeah, like in Atlanta, now you have to have one license for each property.
Huh.
So they in Atlanta, Texas,
crazy.
One more state too. They started passing regulations all of a sudden. So that's a lot of people. Kind of. They don't want to do Airbnb no more.
Yeah, I know, but it's such a good one because especially if you get it set up automatically, and you have it turnkey and you have a good cleaning team that can come in, that just come in like clockwork, it is like printing money.
Yeah. Yeah, where I live, they're not doing that. So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, and I think it's probably where I live too. So where I live is very much a tourist town in the summer months.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are moving here. So in the summer months, you have those weekly rentals. And then in the winter months, you have the more monthly rentals for people that are making the transition. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you kind of move fast when you said you were an electrician.
You what?
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Yeah.
And then I read you said you worked in the oil field.
Yeah.
Hard work. That's hard work.
I know. It's like I can barely believe I did that.
That's hard work. I've never worked in the oil field, but I've been around it.
It's
and
not.
I like. Hey, you can't do this forever. No. Yeah. So I guess how do you see? Well, I don't know how does real estate is it very similar how you conduct business in Canada versus being here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Very similar.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you see, because there's a lot of people that talk about the good doom and gloom, or where they see things are going to go, or it's going to be a crash. And what do you think is going to happen?
Maybe. This is what's awesome about real estate. You can make money in real estate in anything that happens. But let's put it this way. This is why real estate is, to me, the best investment. And everyone's going to have their different opinion. People that are really good at the stock market are going to say that's the best investment. But the thing is with real estate is no matter what happens, there is opportunity, but it's being prepared for it and having the guts for it. Education is so key. It's like, don't just go and do it, because you can definitely get caught. And so even if there is a massive crash, that's amazing. We could use a massive crash so that we can gather up more real estate, because that will not last forever. When we think about real estate, it's a tangible asset. Everyone needs a home to live in. Everyone. And so it really doesn't matter if we have a crash or a boom. It's going to keep doing that over and over and over. And there's only so much land on this planet. And another reason why real estate is such an amazing investment is it's one of the few investments where you can put a small percentage down and have the rest financed. And then have someone else paying the bills.
Yeah. That's one thing. I mean, me coming from the online world, I believe in cash flow. Mm-hmm. You know, I call myself, I'm the cash flow king.
Yeah, I love cash too.
Well, I mean, to me, I always looked at it like, if it can cash flow, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's $50, $100, $500, or $5,000 a month. If it can cash flow, okay, let's do it. Yeah. You know. I mean,
Jim Pattison's a multi-billionaire here up in Canada. He owns like basically everything, and he's quoted to say, "No one ever went broke making a profit."
No,
like it's like
no, not at all. You know, so I know you meet people from time to time, and they said, you know, they'll be like, "Hey, how do I get started in real estate?" What do you tell them?
I would just say, first, become educated on it, because if you're educated, and even if you don't have any money, if you really know what you're talking about, then you can leverage other people's money. There is lots and lots and lots and lots of people out there with tons of cash that do not want to learn how to do it. They're like, here, take my money and let's do this. I started out that way when I didn't have a lot of cash, and would just talk to people, and they would put the down payment down, and I would be responsible for the property, and we split the equity when we decide to sell it.
Yeah. I really got started 2 years ago in real estate. Mm-hmm. It's a very it's a lot you have to know. Yeah. But you don't have to know everything. You just have to
keep learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Learning.
You know, but you have to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you probably get taken advantage of.
Totally. Yes. And people try all the time. I really find it's really funny when I negotiate deals now, because often people see me and they don't really realize how many years experience I have. Yeah. And so it's pretty cute.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, once you understand how things work in whatever area you're doing or focus on, that's when I started to meet the right people. Mm-hmm. And that's when things started to become easier. Yeah. You know, I didn't have to worry about getting ripped off.
Totally.
Yeah. And it's good to know somebody that's been there and done that, so they can tell you, hey, be careful with this, you know, be careful with that or whatever. You know, That's been my experience, you know.
Totally. And that's like anything. You know, even when you think about when you got into online marketing and you wanted to educate yourself, and there's so many people out there selling different platforms and programs. And it's like, usually in the beginning, when you learn anything, you're going to have to invest in yourself, and there's going to be a lot of wasted resources. It just is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and you just gotta have faith and take the leap and learn from. You gotta make mistakes. A lot of people are afraid to fall. You know, and you might lose some money, and you'd be like, "Hey, man, that's just a part." I looked at it. That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
You know,
to me, it's like paying your university tuition. It's like, but you're actually doing something. You know, exactly. So it's failing forward. You definitely that's the biggest thing. People are afraid to make mistakes, or, you know, something goes wrong the first time and then they give up. It's like, anyone who's successful at anything has failed so many times that you would never even imagine.
Yeah, something has happened, but they just don't talk about it. and the reason why they don't, I found the reason why they don't talk about it is because they know that if they were to lead with that, people would be like, oh no, I don't want to do that.
Totally. Yeah. It's actually funny. My program's the opposite. I lead with, this is going to be very hard.
That's very unique.
Yeah. But then you end up with the people that are like, good, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And I will do it. I will do hard things.
Yeah. Because, online, everyone, a majority of people that have programs and when they promote them, they can seem like everything's easy. Yeah. Anybody can do this. I don't know about that.
No, and that's the thing is to achieve the great success, like overcoming an incurable illness, or to become ultimate real estate investor. Insert the thing you really want to accomplish here. If it was easy, everyone would already have it. Yeah. It's actually better that it's more challenging and difficult, because once you master that, you are in a field of your own.
Yeah. I always say, man, it's going to take probably more time than you think. But once you get to a certain point, you're going to look back, you'd be like, oh, that wasn't so bad, Yeah. Maybe you might not be where you want to be, but you're gonna be better off.
Yeah, and it's this journey in life. It seems cliche, but it's true. It's the experience of going through that and building your self-confidence and learning new skills and trying this and trying that. That is the part you actually look back at once you were successful as the best times. Exactly. It's once you get the golden carrot, it's like, it's going through the whole experience that's the best.
Yeah. So how'd you begin speaking, being on stage and speaking in front of large groups of people?
So that's a weird one. It was 2016 when I had my first taste of professional speaking. And again, I was quite sick at the time, and I met this woman and she had this product, and it was helping me a bit. And it was this network marketing company, something I swore I would never do in my whole life and I would never do again, but I did it. And I actually recommend people do it at least once. It teaches you so many skills, and do something in a product that you really believe in. Yeah. And so I was very naive about it because I'd never done it before. But what happened was, within 3 months, I had a team of 250 people. And all of a sudden I was this leader in this network marketing company. And it was like, and so it was one thing led to another. I was all of a sudden in front of on these stages, speaking in front of groups of 3,000 people. And I realized people listen to me when I speak. And it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I was like, I can actually do this. And so it was interesting. And then other people who has seen me speak started asking if I can come and speak with their groups and hire me. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm a professional speaker now. So, it was really funny. And what was cool about that was just knowing that our words are powerful, and when we're passionate about something, people listen. And so what I was teaching a lot about entrepreneurship, leadership, and investing. And I was like, I don't feel like this is what my voice is for. And I actually shut down everything. For 6 years, essentially, up until, I guess, 2 years ago. So maybe 5.5, 6 years, I was like a hermit. I was running a different company that was, product-based, and went and built a house in the woods and lived out there. And then it was really good time because I was going through this severe illness state up until 2018. And it really helped me recalibrate and realize what's important to me. And so now I'm coming back out in the world and using my voice in a different way, which is really cool. And it hasn't been announced yet, but I will be on one of the world's largest stages in the next little while here. So it's pretty exciting. And yeah, I don't, it's one of those things. It happened to me, that one.
Yeah. Hey, why did you say you would never do network marketing?
Because it's not my style. You do not have control over the higher levels of the company. So even if the product's amazing, even if the payment structure is amazing, they can change their mind in an instant. In my particular case, and I know this isn't everyone, there's really great, well-intentioned network marketing companies out there. So it's not that I want to put it down. It's that for me, I didn't like that they said what they said about their company, and then I was supposed to represent that. And it got to the point, the higher I got up in leadership, the more they wanted me to be their puppet. Yep. And this was just my particular, I'm not saying
that's been my experience too.
Was it?
Yeah.
So that's a no for me.
Yeah. That's how I got started before I came online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I got started. I've had the same experience. They say a lot of things. I'd be like, hey, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. That's, yeah, so same experience.
Yeah, they kept being like, you'll be the next millionaire. And I'm like, okay, you got to dangle something else. It's not about the money for me.
I'd be like, hey, man,
how are we helping people? What are we doing for people?
Yeah, so it's really about the people. Mm-hmm. It's really about the leadership of the company. The people that's at the top. It starts from the top. That's basically how it is. Mm-hmm. And they say a lot of things that's just not ethical. It's false most of the time, and they know that they know that they're gonna have a high turnover. Most of these companies, so they'll just run people through the pipeline, and some people stick around and most don't, and that's their not every company, but that's a large percentage. I like that.
Yeah. Well, and you can see why people get burned, and then they're like, I'm not doing that ever again. And so, for me, it was like, no. Yeah. But, oh my gosh, the skills you learn are amazing.
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I said, after my experience, because what happened, they kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. They changed the pay plan, and they, people started, getting out once that happened. And then they brought in some new guy. They paid him to come over from some other company. And he took most of my people. So I was like, oh, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
So after that happened, I said, I'll never do that again.
See you never.
And then I came online and I was like, oh, I can do this by myself. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I can hire, if I need help, I can go get help on whatever it is. I said, oh, no, forget that. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. You're building your own experience, and you get to determine how it goes and what ethics and values you bring to the table. So it's a totally different experience.
Yeah. So I guess like, you built the, you got involved in a property management company, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I had a property management company years ago, and I had a real estate company, I had my real estate license, so I was doing that, and I was doing investing, and then a woman approached me, and she was like, "We have 14 doors that need management at this condo building that didn't sell out." She's like, "Are you interested in taking it over?" And I was like, "Sure." And so I did. And again, I wasn't licensed to do that, but there's loopholes, so I got around it, because you can't really, in where I'm at, be a real estate agent and be a property manager at the same time. And so
you can't do that.
I would have to have gone back to school and did the property management, and then hung a second license and I was like, no, thanks. And so there's definitely loopholes around that. So if you don't handle the money, and the people that are renting send the money directly to the owners, then you can be in the middle and have no liability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it started with those 14 doors, and within a year was at 50 doors.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I had that for a while, and then I had so many things going on, and I love the company. So I ended up paying it forward and gifting that company to a single mama.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're a generous woman.
Oh, thanks.
See, we need more women like you out here.
Thanks. I aspire to inspire.
Yeah, exactly. So what's conscious entrepreneurship? What's that? What does that mean to you?
So to me, this was really something that has been an unfolding experience. And I think it's just from having a background with so many different things going on. I always really struggled with people taking advantage of other people and seeing that happen. And also myself being involved as an entrepreneur in what does it mean to create a win-win situation. And so for me, I feel like I'm there now. But sometimes you have to play the rules that are already in existence before you learn how to break them.
Yeah.
Or you have the power to break them.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the thing. So a good example of that would be, and I'll give you more about what we're doing now, but a good example where I started to learn that was when I owned my last company that was product-based. So we wholesaled and created and manufactured reusable items to replace single-use items. And then we wholesaled them to stores across Canada and the US. And that was a great business. It was amazing. And so the way I learned that the hard way was I would get things manufactured in China because they're still the best at it. And so when the items would come, they would come in single-use disposable plastic. And I was like, you guys, this is a little redundant for our business model. But the thing is I had to just go with it. I wasn't spending enough money there yet. I wasn't a big enough player for them to change anything. But when I got to the point where my company had grown and I was putting in bigger orders, I could say, hey, we're going to use recyclable items only for packaging. And they went, sure. And what was awesome about that is then they started doing it for everyone else that they manufactured for as well. So that's like an example of how we have to go along with the rules in existence before we can change them. And so now I'm in a place where this is something that's constantly being pondered with my team and myself of how do we keep giving more value? So, the program that we're working with people that are very ill. They are been told that they're incurable. They've been told that it's a hopeless situation. A lot of them have lost their jobs or have never been able to work. They've been sick for so long. And so when they come in, it's very important that, yes, this is a company. Yes, we of course charge a fee for the program, and also taking into consideration each person's specific circumstance and how can we help them and work with them no matter what. And from there, I also am at a point too where it's like I have a certain number that I would like to get to within the company for my own personal income. And then from there, I say enough is enough. And anything additional gets cycled back into the client.
Okay. Yeah, that's, the funny thing is, a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot of people I met. Some people I met, I use my realtor, for example. He'll watch this. It's okay, boy. It's okay. Yeah, he's the type, when I first met him, his whole business model was to rip people off. That's the whole thing. Now he'll get you in, he'll get your offer above everybody else, but he's going to rip you off. That was his whole thing. His whole thing is to be like, hey, don't use your lender, use my lender. I have mine already. And he'll just keep pitching you, up until this is the first deal I'm doing with him. He pitched me his lender all the way, probably a week, 2-3 weeks to the closing. I'm like, bro, for the third time, No. You know, and after, you know, we went through the closing and everything, the deal went through and everything. Afterwards, I said, yo, you don't have to do business. You don't have to rip people off to do business, bro. Just if you do good business, people will send people to you.
Yeah.
But I can't send people to you if I think you're going to rip them off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's it. It just shows kind of where the state of consciousness is for different people because the truth of the matter is when you give way more value than a person, what they are giving in output, whether that's monetary or energetically, whatever we want to call it, then it pays you back in dividends beyond what you could ever want, because you earn people's trust and respect. Yeah. It's so valuable to everyone. And that's why it's like in every scenario, if you can say, how can I make this a win-win for everybody? If you just ask that and don't give up until you get to that state, then if we all operated that way, and I get it, we're coming into a new paradigm of reality. This is new for a lot of people. But if we all operated that way, oh my gosh, it would just be so much nicer for everybody.
Yeah. In a perfect world, you know, I wish that everyone had, you know, good intent, you know, but unfortunately, a lot of people are not coming from a good place, a good environment. And some people have been dealt a bad hand, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I mean, being human in general is challenging. It's challenging. Yeah. Even if you've had a relatively unscathed life, it's still very challenging to be here and be human.
Yeah. So who I would say who's your ideal client, but you work with people that are ill. So who would be your ideal person that approach you?
I definitely know this person. So I work with women only at this point in time. So because I am a woman and that's who I know. And so my ideal participant is someone who has done a lot of their own education. They have tried a lot. They are someone who is not giving up. They are someone's like, I know that there is a way out of this, and I just don't know what the answers are. That's my ideal person. It's someone that, like you said, there's plenty of people that just roll over and give up, and I can't convince them that they can heal themselves. They have to feel like they can before I can work with them. Yeah.
You know, I was that person years ago when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was, you know, I mean, I told this story many times. When I was growing up, a lady tried to kill my mom. She poisoned a pie. She put rat poison in the pie, and I ate the pie. Yeah. So it took me about 2 years to basically get the poison out of me and get back to normal. You know what I'm saying? So I was that kid, and I'm at the time, I'm like 8 years old at the time. So it took me 2 years to get past that. So I was your ideal client back then.
I got this.
You know, and the funny thing is, she took me to this lady. You know, she was a healer basically, but they didn't call her a healer back then. They said, "I'm gonna just take you to this lady or whatever," and she gave me something to drink. I mean, it was disgusting. I mean, it was so nasty. I haven't had it whatever that was, I haven't had that since. It was disgusting. But it worked. It worked though. That's the thing. Because the doctor, she was like the last resort. Because the doctor at the hospital was like, hey, look, we've done everything we can. I don't know what else to do. So they basically gave up on me.
Yeah.
And so whenever people talk about healers and they say, oh, they're garbage, it don't work, I can't say that. Because if it wasn't for that lady, I wouldn't be here, you know?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So if people wanted to work with you and follow you online, where would they go to?
So there's a couple ways. So if you're interested in the program itself and learning more about autoimmune education, then it would be modernhealthsolution.com. And if you're more interested in working with me on the corporate side and the speaker side, then it would be drkristinwild.com.
There you have it. Like, share this episode. All links will be found in the show notes. Until next time, we're out. Peace.